people, welcome to another edition of that finger tapping frenzy that we all know and love, the WWE SuperCard, the new big gym here at BadLadDad HQ. Bit late, a day late. Monday edition didn't happen for reasons I've explained on Twitter and other social media. Just take it from me, been a busy bee, but I'm back here on a Tuesday. And of course, one of the first things I should be doing is announcing our new sub of the week, and it's a Twitter follower this time round, but someone who I thoroughly recommend that you guys go and check out. And he is none other than a broken WWE SuperCard. He's one of those social media specialists when it comes to doing custom-made WWE SuperCard style artworks for you guys to enjoy. So go and follow him. He's one of our Twitter followers, and what I've basically said for our sub of the week, it could be a YouTube sub, could be an Instagram sub, could be a Twitter sub, is just entertain me. Do something that I find interesting or entertaining. And if you go and check out Broken WWE SC's Twitter account, you'll see he's been pummeling out, hammering out some new cards to go with the new tier, or tiers that we've had introduced over the last couple of weeks. So just go and check some of those out. You've just seen a few bits that I've been throwing up there for you, but just go and check him out. So he is our sub of the week for all the effort that he puts into the game. It's nice to see people putting in something that's a bit different and a bit special into the game and for the community, for you guys. Now then, on to more pressing matters. Thank you for all your support over the weekend when you saw that Rusev was the shattered card available in that Road to Glory. Bearing in mind I was in Gothic tier going into the weekend. I got into Neon, but it didn't make much difference to my Road to Glory deck. So I had to 2-point my way through most of the Neon card. Bo Dallas, Big Bo. And then Sunday, again, you know, I've said on social media, the Ninja Boy's had his health problems. My poor old mum is in hospital in an isolation unit, so I've had a few pressing things to deal with. Not to mention, of course, work as well on top of everything else. But I was determined on Sunday, in quiet moments, to just chisel away when I could. And I managed to get that Rusev card. I'm delighted to have got that Rusev card. So I will have a Shattered Pro. The thing is, do I pro him straight away? The only thing that's making me a little wary and a little reticent about whether I should do this, you can see what my deck is looking like there. And yes, obviously a pro would make a big difference, probably put me into Neon Plus. And I do have Apollo Crews Neon to pro as well. So that make the deck pretty meaty and pretty strong. But what worries me is once we get past Ring Dobby Dim Dom this week, with the second of the Daniel Bryan cards available, where do we go to next? Are they going to introduce Last Man Standing, or are we going to see that new game that they promised, or is it going to be another Road to Glory? I don't know. I really don't know. They did promise us a new game before Christmas, and there's not that many weeks to go if you think about it. We're running out of weeks, so it will be interesting to see what crops up next. And if it is going to be a Last Man Standing, I don't want to have a deck that's going all the way from a Shattered Pro at the top down to some SummerSlam 18 Pros for my weakest males. So, in fact, what would have helped would be if I just check this out. Well, okay, so it's a Neon Single would be my worst, but that's still going to be quite a disparity. I mean, look, if you look at Neon Pros in the 600s, so when I get to doing my Shattered Pro, it's going to be Shattered Pro all the way down to a Neon Single. That is a big difference. And of course my females, I've got a couple of Gothic Pro females, but that's as strong as they get too. So I don't know, I'm just a bit wary. Just a bit wary about doing that. It would help Team BadLadDad's deck no end, of course. But I do have to think about my own personal setup as well. So I don't know. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? Should I pro him? Should I get him done and just pro him, or should I just hold back a bit? Another thing that I have got, I'm pleased to say, it took a while to get them, is I've got enough ingredients to do a second gobbledygooker. Now the first one, well, what are we at now? It's 4:45-ish UK time on Tuesday. I think it's 8 AM Wednesday UK time that the fusion chamber for gobbledygooker expires. But I believe so long as you get your ingredients in for your second one before 8 AM, it should still let you run the full 4 days and you'll get your second fusion. I just went so long without the turkey legs. Flipping difficult to get, and the mashed potatoes have been a bit rare as well. But anyway, looking at that, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there is all 8 ingredients, so I can do another one. So I should end up with a pro gobbledygooker, which it certainly didn't look like I was going to get at one stage. And then there's just a small matter of trying to get out here. I'm trying to play for me, play. I'll just do a little bit of play while we have another bit of a chat. I'll just go into wild mode. Team deck wise, excuse me, I've been herring around all the way in and out of London, obviously going up to see, my mum lives about 60 miles out of London, so it's a bit of a slog to get out and get back again in a day and do everything else that I'm doing. When it comes to Team BadLadDad, now I had a lot of messages from you guys, a lot of messages, all noting two things. One, we've only got 9 team members, and 2, that Ninja Boy is not in the team. Now I'll just say this on video so that you get the message, because I've said it a few times on social media, and I do try and reply to all your individual messages, but when you get sort of 60 or 70 messages a day through various social media all asking the same thing, basically Ninja Boy wasn't well a few weeks ago. He's quite poorly, and it's taken a bit of time to recover, and the bottom line is he's not playing SuperCard for the time being. He's concentrating on his health. He's obviously started a new school as well. He's at that kind of age, so he's got a lot on his plate too. Even though he's a little lad, he's got a lot on his plate, and we've made the decision that he'll give SuperCard a bit of a rest. He is playing FIFA. He has started his Aston Villa career mode that he was going to do, and it's my fault that hasn't appeared. I just haven't had time to edit the thing down yet. So that's what's happening basically, because FIFA he can play at his own speed and at his own time. It's not dependent on any specific events, whereas of course SuperCard, you've got a lot of chiseling you need to do, and you can't put the hours in. If you want to be competitive, you want to make the most of the game, you've obviously got to put the hours in, as you well know. And he's not in a position where he can do that. So regretfully, he's withdrawn, not just from playing, but obviously he's taken himself out of Team BadLadDad. We did have a replacement for a few weeks who was excellent, but unfortunately some personal circumstances have dragged him away as well. So at the moment we're sitting as a 9-man team, which isn't disastrous. I mean, you can still do your team battlegrounds and stuff, so it's not an utter disaster, but it does mean when you're grinding for things, it takes a little bit of extra effort from everybody. So we will be looking for an extra team member, but when that happens, I will do a video where I explain. It'll just be like a little competition. It won't be anything too harrowing or too difficult. It'll just be something where you can enter, and then there'll be a random selection for whoever will be the lucky winner. Now I would say there will be certain requirements. Obviously I have a gang of teammates who are all doing their best to get into Shattered tier, so they're all Gothic tier and above. So I can quite honestly say to you now, the team will not be opening up to somebody out of those 3 tiers, because that's the team thing. The team needs to be as strong as it possibly can be. So I know that some of you will be disappointed, because you all just want one go to be in the team to get some better cards from a team event, and I fully understand that. And if we had 1,000 spots, I would let you all join. You'd all come in, it wouldn't be a problem. Unfortunately we don't have 1,000 spots. There's only 10 spots in the team, there's only 1 spot available. So again, it's not even worth commenting on this video saying, well please let me be the person, because this isn't the right place for it. You will know the right place for it, because I will make a video specifically saying become a team member of Team BadLadDad, and in that I will outline the requirements, and there will be a simple question or some simple task, something simple for you to do that you should all be able to manage, I would have thought, and then we'll just pick a random winner from all the people who fulfil the requirements to try out as the new team member. So that's kind of cuffed two things really. It's cuffed the reason why Ninja Boy's not been around for the last few videos and won't be around, I wouldn't have thought, for a couple of months at least in terms of SuperCard. I do repeat, he's been playing FIFA, he's been doing FIFA, it's his dad's fault, it's me, that you've not seen him doing his FIFA stuff. But again, work, personal things going on have not made it a very easy time for producing all this kind of content, and of course getting a new season. To be honest, when it comes to game playing and making vids for you guys, all the energy that I've had, or time, it's not even spare time, it's just the time I've been able to give to it, has gone on WWE SuperCard. It's just, this has been my main focus. So, and obviously a bit of a relief from what's going on in the real world. Gives you a bit of a break from having to worry about what's going on in the real world. So that's where we stand. I would like to hear from you fellas how you're doing. I did in the last video where I reached Neon tier. If you saw that, I was lucky enough through buying one pack to get the Jey Uso Shattered card, which was enough to nudge me into Neon tier. Now I haven't had a Neon pull since then. I haven't played any flipping support cards, have I? That's a bit silly. Although it's all about levelling them up, isn't it? It's not about actually winning this. What was I saying? I've completely forgotten what I was saying now. I can't remember what I was saying. That's brilliant. Train of thought just gone completely out the window. That's what happens when you start to unwind. Your brain turns to fudge. It's gone. What I wanted to hear from you guys. What do I want to hear from you guys? Oh yes, sorry, yes, I got into from Gothic into Neon tier. I was in Gothic for 10 days from the day that we went into season 5. I was in Gothic, and then became Gothic Plus and Gothic Plus Plus. And in that entire time, playing through 3 events, and didn't get a single pull, not a single Gothic pull. And I've had many messages on social media from you people saying how it's been the same for you, or even on Saturday when the last vid went up, you guys saying you'd literally just had the pull either while you were watching that video or just a little bit later in the evening, and it was your first pull for 10 days. Now, I don't think there's any doubt that they've certainly made it harder to get pulls, but on some accounts it seems it's virtually impossible to get, certainly Gothic, to get a Gothic pull, and there's people on Neon, quite a few, moaning that it's taken them 5, 6, even 700 resets to get a pull. Well, I guess we're kind of stuck with that for the time being. There's not an awful lot we can do. If we're playing the game and playing it a lot and playing it regularly, and the pulls aren't coming. I mean, I've equally seen people who are quite happily getting their pulls. So whether they're the exception or whether it's the people who are not having good luck with pulls, myself included, that are the exception, I don't know. But I would be interested to hear from you guys, he said, to finish a sentence he began 5 minutes ago, down below in the comments section. What's happening with you? Are you still waiting? Are you still struggling to get your pulls? Have you not had a pull? Because as I say, I was 10 days in on Gothic and nothing had happened. So I guess you could say I pandered to the wishes of the game makers by buying a pack to try and do something about it, which is not an ideal way of playing a game as your only way of progressing. But that's what happens in these games, I guess. That is what happens. I mean, the longer that a free-to-play, and I use that term very loosely, free-to-play game survives, naturally it does need to make revenue to support further development and further gameplay, and so it does need its people buying packs and buying various enhancements or whatever it is that they need for the game to provide the necessary funds, to provide the wages for the people who are keeping the things running and trying to develop the things. But at the same time, I do feel very strongly that you shouldn't be able to only make certain progress or get certain things by buying them. I mean, there's plenty of other games that I play where you're absolutely bombarded with things to buy, many items of which you can't actually earn in the game without buying them in the packs that are being offered, which is that's wrong in my eyes. I don't mind free to play games where obviously they do need to make some money to survive, and they can sell things where people will get a boost and maybe a step up and maybe can progress that way, and then it's down to the individual whether you want to spend your money or not. But if you have a free to play game where you can only get certain things by spending money, then that's bad news. That's bad news, and I wish there was something could be done about that. Something else I wish they could give us some idea of what the odds are on pulling certain things out of certain packs. So another game I play, Walking Dead Road to Survival, in the last few months, has introduced a little question mark which you tap on the various crates and things that you can buy, and that gives you a percentage chance of what you've got of pulling each item, which I think is how it should be. And then people are going in with their eyes wide open when it comes to opening packs to see what they can get, and I think that's, again, I wish that was something that they would introduce into all games. But then of course games are made in different countries have different regulations as to what's needed, and it just gets very messy. And who can enforce these things? Maybe we need to set up the people's movement to enforce such things. At least we're not there with SuperCard. I mean, you can still, in theory, play your way through. I mean, obviously, if you're not making any pulls, you need to be in a team and working towards getting some cards that way, and obviously chiseling your way through Road to Glory and Ringdom. More so Road to Glory, because of course there is a way of getting through to cards in the higher tiers, as I did with Route 7 Shattered, albeit that I was just in Neon and started obviously the whole event in Gothic. This week's Ringdommy Dimdom, it's why I didn't worry so much about Daniel Bryan, because I know I'm not going to be in Shattered tier for Ringdommy Dimdom, and I know that's not going to open it up. So that's one thing that is sad, but at the same time it meant that I wasn't too sad when I didn't get Daniel Bryan last weekend. I just accept the fact you're going to miss out, but not for much longer, because I'm going to be battling and chiselling and tapping away in a finger-tapping frenzy to make sure I make some good progress in this game that we all know and love. So there we have it, people. That's it for another video for today. I was going to say for this week. It's not it for the week at all. I should be doing some more when I'm not too sure. I should be doing it when I get the opportunity. It tends to be late at night, which is why there's a lot of moody lighting just recently. Not too many vids during the day, not too many in daylight. Bit of a gothic feel to what I'm doing. Sort of lurking around in the evening, like I do for fun. So there we have it, people. Thanks ever so much for watching. If you want to see some more of this, you know what to do. Subscribe down below, hit that bell notification, then you'll actually get a notification from YouTube to let you know that a new video's gone up. Like this video if you like what you've seen. Of course, there's all the other social media. There's Instagram, there's Twitter, there's Facebook. Till I see you next time, you stay cool.